Well, U.S. equities have been weakening against a backdrop of interest rates that are once again surging higher. So was the rally to start the new year as good as it's going to get? Or was Tuesday's move just an overreaction? You can read all about that in today's morning brief over at the Yahoo Finance homepage. For more, let's bring in Callie Cox, eToro U.S. investment analyst, and Yahoo Finance's Jared Blikre, who wrote that very same morning brief. Jared.
Yes, with the help of a few choice quotes from Callie here. And Callie, one of my points is we've seen a different character to the rally this year, which was, before yesterday, the best start to a year since 2019. Let me sort the NASDAQ 100 components by performance. Up in the upper left here for this year's performance, Tesla followed by Warner Brothers, 60%, 55%. Then you got Airbnb, Lucid, Align, Meta, 43%. And then you take a look at the one-year performance here. Some of the biggest losers here, Lucid down 62%, WBD down 50%, and Meta down there as well. Some of the biggest losers here were last year's laggards. So tell me what you're writing about in terms of quality and what you're seeing in the market, please.
Yeah, well, Jared, I think you nailed it. We've seen a flip in fortunes when it comes to quality versus risk, quality versus growth. And it's a little weird. At first, it was justified. We did see yields sell off quite a bit at the beginning of the year. But now yields are rising again. We're worried a little bit more about inflation, yet we are still seeing tech outperform. So that's making us a little cautious.
Yeah, and we were just taking a look at the 13-week T-bill yield. I'm going to put a chart here. This is over the last 3 months. From the lower left to the upper right, but it's really gotten a spurt this year. And you supplied me with a chart that you're looking at. This is the NASDAQ 100 earnings yield in green and the 10-year Treasury yield. And guess what? They have now converged all the way over here on the right-hand side of the chart. So what does this tell us?
Yeah, so I think this is the most powerful chart that you can show when it comes to thinking about, where tech is and where rates are. Now, like you said, Jared, this is a chart of the NASDAQ 100, the tech-heavy NASDAQ 100 earnings yield, which is basically the price-to-earnings ratio flipped on its head. It shows how much you can expect to generate based off of earnings for tech stocks.
And with stocks, you would think you're taking on a bit more risk than a United States Treasury bond or note.
Yeah, but you're expected to make about the same return, which seems a little off. It seems a little off balance. And as you can see, historically, you don't see that happen much.
Yeah, in fact, we did see this happen way back in the global financial crisis, and we saw some more things unfold from there. So what are you advising clients here over at eToro based on what we've seen so far this year? Maybe a little defensiveness?
Yeah, so, our clients, we are a retail brokerage. We have clients who are a little more speculative in nature. So we're just telling them to proceed with caution here. A lot of them have favored those, high growth tech stocks. A lot of them are crypto curious or have crypto in their portfolios. And I think that there are a lot of interesting trends going on. Maybe if you are longer term, maybe this is a time to step in and take some risk if you're feeling it. But, at the same time, this rally just hasn't matched up with yields as much as, we expected at the beginning of the year. So, we're telling them, possibly hedge those tech positions, look at multi-directional trades if you want to take this as an opportunity. And remember that we're still not out of the woods with inflation. Right. And as long as we aren't, the Fed is going to keep rates high.
All right, real quick here. We got time for one more. The Fed minutes today at 2 p.m. What are you expecting?
Oh, man, I'm expecting an overreaction, probably.
All right.
The market's reading way too far into them. But we're all nervous about where rates are going to go, and that comes straight from the Fed's mouth. So I'll be watching closely. Hopefully, we don't see too much volatility.
I'll be watching Bitcoin here. Bitcoin highly levered to the Fed's balance sheet. All right, with that, I'm going to toss it back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Jared, and thanks, Callie. Really appreciate you guys. That was really interesting analysis. Thanks a lot.